Hey everybody, it's Angela and I am back with another process video. Today I'm going to be scrapbooking these three photos which were taken with a FLIR camera. And a FLIR camera is one that takes a photograph of the temperatures of items or a room. So that's why there's such strange colors on it. And most of you know that I've essentially been camping at our farm. So the past 2 winters we've been living in a garage bay in our shop, and we've had no insulation or sheetrock or heating in that shop, so it was been a cold couple winters. So I had taken some pictures with the FLIR camera of just how cold our kitchen and bedroom were, and sometimes when you're scrapbooking or doing memory keeping, not all your photos are studio quality, pretty photos that you can use flowers and butterflies on. Sometimes they're more gritty, real life photos, and that's what these were. And sometimes they're of colors that you just don't quite know how to deal with. And so for this, I decided to go with a bunch of tags and embrace the colors that are in the photographs. And so my thought process was to put a bunch of tags with the top of the tag over to the left and just really layer them all in. And you could use this technique even if you didn't have any photos, and you could put a bunch of your memories on the tags and do a layout that way if it's something memory keeping that you don't have photographs of. In this case, I do have these 3 photos, and you can see in these that the top photo is actually on the left hand side is the roll-up door of this garage bay, and to the right are the kind of stud walls, and that blue is the metal exterior of the shop. And so that blue portion was only 42 degrees. So it was cold outside. And then the actual, kind of ambient room temperature there was about 41 degrees. So even with a small space heater, that kitchen was really cold. And usually, it's kind of hard to cook and everything when you're wearing a large coat. The middle one is of a fireplace. Now in the house portion, the fireplace was complete. There was no, like I said, no insulation or anything like that. But in the evening we could go and sit by it and everything. In that one, the masonry hasn't heated up yet. It's only 41.5 degrees on that masonry around the fire. And then the bottom one is of the bed, and you can see I've turned on my side of the electric blanket, and that's the only thing that kept me sane during the winter, was that bed and the electric blanket where I could get warm. And otherwise, yeah, it was just freezing cold. And so I've gone through my scraps and pulled out a little bit of purple, pulled out some orange, and I'm just putting a few layers behind each of the photographs. So I'm liking that, and I'm just making sure that I've got colors distributed throughout that whole portion of the tags. And once I get the tags kind of positioned how I like them, I decide to get them placed on the paper. And I had thought about originally putting tags down both the left and right hand side of the photos, but that was just a little bit too much. So I'm just putting 3 over on the upper right, and all the rest are going down the left. I'm going to go ahead and get those placed. And I put the 3 photos up tight against each other so that the colors between them wouldn't show, because that just looked a little cluttery. So I thought if I kept them tight together, that would be a little bit more calming. So I'm going to go ahead and get those placed. And then as I was doing it, I thought, I really need to put a picture of me or something besides, or a regular picture besides just these 3 FLIR camera photos, so I do wind up adding here in a little bit a tiny little photo of myself. And I would lay in bed at night with the electric blanket on and a blanket on top of me. Sometimes I would even have a hood over my head, so just my eyes showed out from under the hood. And I would have my laptop on my lap, and I would just watch YouTube videos at night, all bundled up. And my husband had taken a picture of me. I don't have the hood on in the picture that he took, but yeah, it's pretty funny. And I can kind of laugh at it looking back. There I am, just trying to stay warm. But I'm just so thankful. While I was doing this, I was just like so relieved and thankful not to have to go through that again this winter, because you don't think about, or you try not to think about it too much when it's happening, because you know you just got to do it. There's no sense in dwelling on it too much. You just kind of do it. So yeah, now I'm kind of thinking about it after it's over. I'm just so glad I don't have to do it again. So I go ahead and I start pulling out. These are some Kelly Perky stamps. They're kind of like fail stamps, and have those kind of sentiments on it. But I really liked this one that I'm going to put next to my photo, and it says, "Gotta put my big girl pants on." So I'm going to put that right here near where I'm going to nestle that little tiny photo. And I just love that. And then she's got some other stamps on that stamp set that I use are this one that says "Real Life." And then she's got, let's see, that one, I think it says "Sometimes Life is Hard." There's one that says "Ugh," "Doing My Best," and "Tough." So I just go ahead and kind of sprinkle those around on some of the tags. So I'm liking that, but I need more sentiments than just these few that I pulled out, and I didn't want to repeat them too much. I do wind up repeating some of them later on, but at this point I was like, I need some more. So I go to this Cocoa Daisy stamp that I had, and it says "Sweater Weather" on it. So I thought that would be a good thing. And then I have this rubber stamp that says "Oh My." So I wanted to put both of those, and those are going to kind of be my title because they're the biggest sized stamps that I have on here. Everything else will be smaller. So I'm going to put the "Oh My" at the bottom of that orange tag. And I'm going to put the "Sweater Weather" just right there above it. So I'm liking that. I thought about using some thickers. I had pulled some letter stickers out to use, but then I decided to just, use my stamps. And then I'll put my journaling right below where that title kind of area is. So I go back in my stash looking for more stamps. I decided I was going to tuck that photo of me behind the Fleur picture, but then I decided to just put it up on some foam tape on top. So I have this Hero Arts, and it has a stamp in there that says, I think it says "Day by Day." Yeah. And that was the only one in that one I could find, just kind of going through my random stamp sets just for small sentiments. And then the other ones, I go through my like my roller date stamps or roller stamps, and I find a few in there. And then also this Spellbinders, it just has like random words on it, like journaling words. And not sure what it was. I think I just spell "home life." Yeah. With it, and that was all I could find on there. And then on the roller date stamps, I find one that also has the word "Sweater Weather," which I thought was cool because that kind of echoes my title. And then I also find one that has the date stamp on it, so it just says a day in the life and then January 2019. And so in order to that was all I could find, so in order to kind of make my own, I have these little block stamps that you can snap together, and I just snapped together the word burr, and I'm just going to place that in a couple areas all around on there. And then I thought it looked a little plain on the side, so I do off camera wind up putting some a yellow strip down the right, and you'll see that, and you'll also see that I do my journaling off camera. And I just say it's been a tough couple of years living in the shop, especially in the winter when the temperature drops. I'm so thankful for our electric blanket and the fireplace. They make things livable. Can't wait to get insulation and sheetrock and be able to move into the house. It's only going to get better. And so that's what the journaling says. And there you can see the yellow strip that I put on there. And I thought it needed a little touch of something, so I'm just putting a little stamp of faux stitching. And I probably should have stamped it a couple times. Maybe I'll go back and stamp it some more. But I like it just kind of bookending those two sides a little bit. So I like that. And then I can't remember if, and then I also wanted to put one more kind of texture on there. So I grabbed my enamel dots, and you can see that I put 3 colors of baker's twine on some tags along the left there. I didn't want to put bows or twine in all of them. I thought that would be a little bit too cluttery. So I just chose 3 tags, and I put a brown, a yellow, and an orange baker's twine on those. So that does bring another texture in, but I thought that enamel dots would give just that little bit of shine texture to it. So I'm just going to put 2 clusters, again, kind of like that stitching, just kind of bookending those 2 sides. And I'm just pulling out a dark blue, an orange, and a yellow, and then I'll put the same colors over there by that other stitching and the little photo of me. And then that is the finished layout. And yeah, maybe not your typical layout, but it was a good way to scrapbook and keep the memory of maybe a more difficult topic and a strange color scheme. So there you can see the close-ups of some of those cute stamps and things, some of that little faux stitching, some close-ups of the Fleur camera photos. So I really love how it turned out. And if you have any questions or anything, please just leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. That's always helpful. And I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.